Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Data Guta. Today I'm gonna present on the topic of hate speech detection from social media content, the case of Afaan Oromoo language. First of all, I would like to thank my God, Almighty God. Secondly, I would like to thank my advisor, Dr. Solomon. Let I start my today's presentation. My topic is on hate speech detection framework is a part of natural language. Let me start one by one. It has an introduction. The introduction part is the improvement in mobile computing and the internet have an increasing the usage of social media. When you say that, the one of the cause of social media hate speech propagation or dissemination is through the improvement of mobile computing and also easily accessibility of internet. That means if there's internet access and also if there's any mobile computing device which is advanced one, anyone can use the tools, anyone can use the mobiles, and through the internet access it access different web page, different social medias, and also disseminates different kinds of ideology, different kinds of religion, etc. Because of that, the improvement in mobile computing is one of the part of what they call hate speech. And also social media platform is like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram has raised concern about the emergence of anonymity or hate speech, which is propagated online. That means any hate speech or any derogatory word or any anonymity may be disseminated through these platforms such as like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. According to our country, Ethiopia, a status counter global status data from April 2019 to 2020. That means 1 year data collection. Overall, 74.64 of social media usage held by Facebook in Ethiopia. So, to define the term hate speech or to know what hate speech is, first of all, you must identify the dimension of hate speech, the field of occurrence, and also the phenomena. That means when you say a dimension, either hate speech, either is action, calling for action, either is targeted to minority or some part or some group, and also in the field of occurrence. When we say the field of occurrence, as we know, hate speech may be occur in everyday life, either in politics, in hate crime, and also some phenomena. When we say phenomena, either hate speech is racism, sexism. That is what we call it. The three things we must know to define the term hate speech. After we know these terms, it is possible to define the term hate speech. So, hate speech is what? It is a speech that attack a person or a group on the basis of common characters or common attributes. That common attribute is maybe it is religion, that maybe it is color, that maybe it is sex. So through these things or through this common or some basic common attribute, anyone can attack other person or other groups. And also hate speech have own goals. The term hate speech have own goal. That is, the first goal of hate speech is strive to inform bigger. That means terrorizing mostly. This term define terrorizing a group of people, terrorizing a nation or others, and also intimidating the target minority. This is mostly occur in Ethiopia because mostly in scaring minority group by using some word, by using different kinds of video, image, text. So through this, any minority can be scared with a majority groups. In Ethiopia, hate speech and fake news sometimes are being blamed as the catalyst, especially for ethnic-related violence. Nowadays, in Ethiopia, mostly the blame or hate speech propagation or dissemination is mostly in case of ethnic-related, ethnic-based derogatory or ethnic-based hate speech, ethnic-based fake news is mostly in existed in nowadays. The popular machine learning algorithm used to detect such kinds of hate speech or dissemination of fake news is mostly supported vector machine, random forest, naive bias, and logic segregation is the most known or most popular hate speech detection machine learning. The motivation of this research is the first one, the growing influence and the popularity of hate speech in social media. One of the motivation is the growing influence and the popularity of hate speech. The second one, hate speech is a serious and a growing problem in Ethiopia nowadays. As you see the current situation of Ethiopia, mostly the thing which take place is a fake news and also hate speech propagation through social media. Because of that, this is a part of my motivation. The second one is scientific study of hate speech. Scientific study of hate speech from from a computer science point of view is represented. The scientific study of hate speech, the scientific study of hate speech from computer science point of view is a very recent and it needs more work to detect hate speech. And also, the development of every country is dependent on the technology implemented as per their language. Implemented as per their language. So this is also why my motivation. The main one is if the technology itself is a part of a problem, a technology itself must have a part of solution. As you know, mostly rather than offline, most hate speech is propagated online through Facebook, through Telegram, through WhatsApp, through Instagram. This means technology takes part for this problem. So, since technology takes part for the problem, it also must take part to give some solution for the problem. The most developed countries fund several programs toward fighting hate speech, but in case of our country, there is no tool to detect hate speech. And also the increasing usage of social media affect social media is one part, and also social media affects the daily life of society is also the other one. As a statement of the problem, the first one is hate speech detection is a challenging because of language formation, because of grammatical, because of type terms. This means hate speech need our own structure to detect someone's some some kinds of word, some kinds of sentence, because hate speech is mostly subjectivity, and also monitoring traditional mainstream is easy, but online hate speech is difficult because of large user generated content. This means a online users mostly generating thousands, millions of comment, millions of posts per second. Because of that, controlling these such kinds of things, a manual is to need time, is to need high levels. Because of that, it is a problem. And also, since hate speech is not standard definition, it need every language have its own detection tools. We cannot define hate speech is this one with English or with other, because we cannot classify hate speech with specific language. Because of that, every language needs own technique. Every language needs own tool to detect hate speech. Social media is a place of globalization. That means everyone can communicate together through social media, through online chats. Because of that, since there is different ideology, since there is different religion comes together within one umbrella, those people need safe environment. But there is no safe environment till now. Social media is a part of problem. Has the objectivity, the general objective is developing social media hate speech detection framework for Afaan Oromoo language by using supported vector machine learning algorithm is one of the main objectives. The specific objective of this research is the first one is literature review. To to do the general objective or to get the goal of our objectivity, firstly we can review literature review, we can literature review, develop annotation guideline for develop annotation guideline for labeling process and comments. develop a dataset for Afaan Oromoo hate speech, and design Afaan Oromoo hate speech detection framework, develop a prototype to demonstrate. Evaluating their performance is a specific objective. The other one is the method we conduct. The first one is data collection. We collect data from social media such like Facebook, and also we prepare the dataset preparation. After we prepare the dataset, we can pre-process the data. That means removing unnecessary or noise words from the dataset. Then after future extraction is a way we can extract important words from the whole dataset to train the machine. Then after classification, making this, after we can, if you, after we get some future extraction words, we can classifying whether this is speech, whether it is neutral. Then after we can conduct the experiment to evaluate our models. The scope of this research is this research work only for text part of Afaan language. That means this research is only focused on the text part of hate speech of Afaan language, not considering video, not considering email, not considering some kinds of video, audio, or others. We only consider some text part, and also the system focus on building a Oromo hate speech detection framework by using machine learning algorithm. The other one is related works, which is related with this one. The first related work is designed by Zodi Mosisa. This researcher used word to vector TF-IDF and also in NB and random forests by using 6,120 dataset and again 79.83% of accuracy. The other researcher also get 92.5 by using RNNGRU with 40,390 dataset. The other researcher proposed a RNNA with LSTM and GRU and get 19.9% of accuracy. The other researcher also used a multinomial net bias with anagram and get 92.7% of accuracy. The other researchers is also use character anagram, word anagram, and word-escapegram with logistical regression and again 78% of accuracy. Most researchers get the promised results, and also the other one is use word embedding log scheme with LSTM with 3,575 dataset of and get 75.2% of accuracy. This is also the promised one. The other one is word to vector and the document to vector with RBF and thousands of dataset and again 85.81% of accuracy. The last researcher is using bigram, unigram, and trigram with linear SVM with 24,000 of dataset and again 90% of accuracy. This researcher gave the good quality, good results. This is the designing part of our research framework. As you see, this design part is this framework of three parts. The first one is dataset preparation or dataset part. The second one is the pre-processing part, and the third one is the classifier or the classification part. As you see the first one, dataset, we collect the dataset. In this one, we collect the data from Facebook. Then after that, data annotation. When we say data annotation, giving the meaning to the collected data, that means annotating the data. Then after we annotating the data, we put in as a data set. Then after we take some pre-processing action. The first one is cleaning. When we say cleaning, removing usual, removing non-Afaan language and other. Then after Normalization. After we normalizing the data, what we do is short word expansion. If there is some abbreviation, if there is some acronymic word in the text, we can expand that word by using a short word expansion dictionary. That is what I designed for this research. And also after that we remove some stop words which is unnecessary stop words to reduce the weight of the data set the weight of the data set from the whole data set by using some Afaan Oromoo stop words. After that we can tokenizing. After we remove cloning, after we do such kinds of tasks, then after we can tokenizing the data, then after morphologically analyzing. After we tokenizing morphology, we can check, analyze morphologically whether the word of this morpheme it follows language formation or not. We check this by using morphological analysis. Then after that we can get some future extraction from the words. Then after that we can classify the data by using classifier, and the classifier there is SVM, then predicting whether it is hate speech or not. Then after classify hate or neutral. This is a design one. The other one is data collection procedure. To collect the data, it appears that post news or comment issues on religion, ethnic, political, gender is selected. The number of likes of the follower is must be greater than 10,000. Then data collection tool, we use FacePager and Strong to collect the data from social media. Then after data annotation procedure, if the comment is superior or inferior, if the comment motivated for violence, if the comment is targeted to specific group, so we can classify as hate speech. Neutral, to say neutral, if the post or comment neither hate speech nor offensive, that is hate neutral. If the post or comment is expressed by government or licensed agency of the government, mostly we can consider mostly as a neutral. As we see an example, this is language, this is the Oromoo comments, or in the which is translated with English, and also the class. Here we see in Afaan Oromoo, Samni AA jedhamu addunyaa kana irra hin jiru. When we translate this one to English, there is no people called AI. This is the hate speech, the part of hate speech. The other one is Furmaati kan dhufu ollaa keenya Sumaalee ajjeesudha. Oromiffaa. When we can translate to English, the solution is to kill the neighbor Somali. This is a hate speech. When we come with the neutral one, Oromoon tokko Oromoo hunda. This is Oromic. When translate to English, one Oromoo to Oromo, this is neutral. Oromoo fi Amara tokko, this is Oromic. When we translate to English, Oromo and Amara is one. So this is a neutral. This is how we can classify the data set. Then after we processing the data, pre-processing the data. When we say pre-processing the data, after we collect the data, there is cleaning, that is removal of urea, removal of non-Afaan Oromoo language. Then after normalization, short word expansion by creating some words, short word expansion, and also some list of stop words to remove stop words. Then tokenization, stemming, morphological analyzing. Then we get one word which we can train the machine to get the result. The other one is feature extraction. For this research, we use 3 feature extraction techniques. The first one is anagram, word prediction model, using probability method to predict the next word after observing or combining the sequential word with this anagram. When we come with the TF-IDF, it means of importance of the word. It measures the importance of the word in a document within a data set and increase the proportion of the number of time the word appear in a document. And the last one is word to vector. It takes the large corpus of text as an input and produce vector space that will be used when training a model for Afaan Oromoo hate speech detection. For this research, we use different tools. The first tool is Python programming language with Panda profile, Anaconda navigation, Jupyter notebook, Flask, MATLAB, NNX, and natural language rejects NumPy, with PyCharm, Flask with SCTI server to design this. After that, also there Windows 10 Core i5 with 6th generation is used for this research. This is the result we get during evaluation matrix. As you see, there is 0.81 is truly detected, 0.91 is truly detected hate speech, then 0.21 is falsely detected. It shows this black one shows the truly detected hate speech and the truly detected non-neutral. This part is falsely detected hate speech. You see, you get from my PowerPoint. According to this no freelance theorem, there is no any single classifier which best perform all on all kind of data. Therefore, it is recommended to apply several different classifiers on master future vehicle to evaluate which one researcher to be better results. That means we cannot say one machine or one model is better than other. Because of that, I propose to compare SVM with NVI, logistic regression, and random forests. As you see, SVM get accurate or promised result when we compare with the other models. The conclusion of the future work is we have designed Afaan Oromoo, design and develop framework for Afaan Oromoo hate speech detection using SVM. We use the pure dataset for this hate speech detection, and also our SVM machine learning algorithm achieve 96% of overall evaluation metrics. We compare SVM with different machine learning algorithms, but SVM have higher results when we compare with other models. The contribution during this research is develop a level hate speech dataset for Afaan Oromoo language from social media. We develop Afaan Oromoo stop or list dictionary for and also for short order expansion. We develop framework by using SVM for Afaan Oromoo text speech with 90% accuracy. The future work is we would be highly convenient. The currently hate speech detection use combination of SVM with fuzzy logic to include all in motion, and also we may consider in future videos, audios, and some measurement. In future we intend to expand our dataset since we use pure dataset. In future we intend to multilingual dataset. Thank you very much. This is all about my today's presentation. God bless you. Thank you a lot. If you have any comment, if you have any suggestion, you are welcome. Thank you.